What's up, you guys? Christian here. In this video, we're going to talk about intermittent fasting meal ideas. So specifically, what you should eat during the eating window of intermittent fasting, some ideas for you. So in my previous two videos, I basically laid out a intermittent fasting workout plan structure. So I made two videos. My last two videos, you can look right now. They are about implementing your workouts if you train fasted versus if you train not fasted. So like if you have food in your stomach and you train. So I made two videos on that, and there's two different like meal schedules. So like when you should eat your meals based on when you work out and based on if you work out fasted or not. So this video right now that you're watching is building off of those two videos depending on which category you fall in. Make sure to watch those first and then come back. So if you train fasted and follow intermittent fasting, watch this video. And if you follow intermittent fasting but you don't train fasted, meaning you eat food first, like a pre-workout meal, and then you go train, watch this video. Cool. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to go over these intermittent fasting meal ideas. All right, so first I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting meal ideas for the big meal, the feast, the 800 to 1400 calorie meal that you have to break your fast, or if you just got back from the gym or something. So whenever you have your big meal, some of the best meals I've had for that specific meal have been, I'll show them up on the screen right now from my phone from previous meals I've had, but basically they're huge meals. So for example, right now there's this El Pollo Loco one. So El Pollo Loco actually has a great big meal that you can have. So it consists of, at least for me anyways, you can switch this up a bit depending on how many calories you have to work with. But El Pollo Loco, you can get their three-piece combo. So you get 2 chicken breasts, 1 wing. I chose to get broccoli and then pinto beans. So that's a big meal that you can have. You can obviously change that up depending on your other meal. For example, in a second I'll tell you about the smaller meal in the day, which is usually my healthy meal, and that consists of more vegetables and stuff. So this meal, you don't have to get the broccoli or anything. You could also just basically get like biscuits or something if you wanted to. Not saying you should eat biscuits every day, but it's just something, if you have a lot of calories to work with, since this is your feast, that's something to think about. Another big meal is this Peruvian plate that I like a lot. As you can see on the screen, this is huge. Now this isn't necessarily Peruvian food, it's just a Peruvian like plate. It's called lomo saltado. So this meal is huge. As you can see, the plate is huge. I got this in Peru actually, but you can basically get the same thing here in the States as well. But it's basically rice, steak, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, french fries, and yeah, and it's all mixed together. So this is again for a huge meal. This is 1,000 calorie plus meal. It's supposed to fill you up and keep you full for hours. So something that has a lot of carbs, a lot of protein, something that will keep you full for hours, and that will also taste good, so you can stick to your diet, so you can adhere to your diet, right? Another good example, I don't have a picture for this one, but another good example that I always like to do for my big meal is Panda Express. So Panda Express actually has great macros. So I'll show it up on the screen really quick. I don't have a picture, but I can show you basically what it looks like. You get white rice with half vegetables, then you get 2 entrees of the chicken teriyaki. You can also switch that up to a bigger plate, so you get 3 entrees. You can get 2 chicken teriyakis, 1 like kung pao chicken or mushroom chicken or whatever. That also works really well. It keeps you full, especially with all the teriyaki chicken. You can also do you can do a bigger plate, which is 3 entrees, and you can get all chicken teriyaki if you're up for it. That's a lot of protein. I believe it's 36 grams of protein per serving. Again, it depends on how much the person actually gives you, so it's kind of like Chipotle. Which brings me to my next meal idea. Chipotle is also a great meal idea plan for intermittent fasting. So Chipotle, what I like to do, I got this from Kinobody, from Greg O'Gallagher. He had a recent video about it. So you get triple steak, or whatever meat you desire, usually steak or chicken. I like chicken, but you get triple meat basically. So you get I get double chicken and then steak with white rice, fajita vegetables, mild salsa, corn salsa, and sour cream and lettuce. You can also get cheese. I just don't like the cheese from Chipotle, I know, whatever. But that's just me. So those are a couple meal ideas for intermittent fasting for your big feast. Now, that meal, the big feast, for me anyways, I like that meal again to be not like unhealthy, but not necessarily the most healthy meal. I keep my second meal of the day, or the last two meals of my day, to be a little more healthy. So for example, on the screen you should see one of these. I'll put 3 pictures up basically. So this is a meal I had a while ago. So it's just literally just potatoes with spinach, mushrooms, bell peppers, and chicken. So this is just a real easy, like, healthy meal, like one you would see in a meal prep guide or something. And so this is a smaller meal, about 500-600 calories. The thing about this meal, however, is that you get a lot of protein in, and it also fills you up as well because of that protein. So both of these meals, the big meal and the smaller meal, are meant to fill you up. Because on a diet, the hardest thing to do is to stick to that diet, and the easier it is for you to stay full and not feel hungry, the more success you will see in your diet. So yeah. Another meal I had, this is kind of like Chipotle, actually, now that I think about it, but this is a smaller bowl, not triple steak or anything like that. But this would be, this is onions, tomatoes, black beans, rice, chicken. That's all in there. Another idea, again, I got these vegetables from Costco. They're really good. I highly recommend them. They're Kirkland stir-fry vegetable blends. So what I do is I mix in rice, or if I don't have rice, I'll do potatoes on the side. But in this picture, you'll see vegetables mixed in with my rice, and then a lot of chicken. So again, my smaller meals, not the feast, my smaller meals, they're very nutrient dense. They have a lot of vegetables, they have your protein, and they have your carbs. The bigger meal, again, is a lot. You can pig out a little more on the bigger meal. At least that's what I like to do, and that's how I have success with intermittent fasting. Cool. So I hope these meal ideas give you a better grasp of things on how to structure your meals for intermittent fasting. Again, these aren't the perfect meals. These are just ideas. I hope this clears things up for you guys. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.